Coach. This is your second year at the helm. Last year, the team finished up strong. Where do you see the program in your rebuilding efforts at this point?
Well, I think we are light years ahead of where we ended up at the end of the season. We had a good spring season. It was very productive. And, now we're playing at a level that's much higher than we ended up last fall. So I'm happy about that. I think our freshman class, which was a very strong class for us, they're back now as sophomores, and the confidence and the game experience that they've gained has been awesome. So there's been a lot of gelling in between all the classes, and a lot of unity. We've made a lot of progress off the field. So I think I'm expecting some pretty good stuff from them this fall.
You guys have such a short window between the start of fall camp and the season opener, which is on August 17th.
Right.
What have you guys been working on the most?
I think speed of play and focusing on having a good first touch, playing it in the direction that you want your next pass to go in, identifying options before the ball gets to you. Those are things that plague most of the women's soccer teams across the country. So, addressing speed of play, confidence on the ball, getting our fitness where it needs to be, those are all the things that have kind of been the focal point of the last week.
Okay. Let's break down the team by position. Let's talk about the forwards up front.
Well, we have some newcomers who I think if we get healthy can contribute right away. With people, we will be missing Sky Shimabukuro, which will be a huge loss for us up top because she's coming back from an ACL injury. But the good news is that she's making good progress and is still very much connected with the team, so that's good. But we're expecting good things from Tiana Fujimoto, Mackenzie McGoldrick. We've got Ashley Haruki, who can play both midfield and up top. So I think some of the new players, Carly Mottram, she's going through a little bit of injury rehab right now, but she's a very tenacious go-getter. She's got a great shot. So I think we have a lot of versatility up top. And then through our midfield line, returning, getting Rachel Domingo back from her ACL injury has been a major bright spot for us. She's worked hard, killed her fitness test, so she's probably playing the best soccer that I've seen her play, for a while. Her confidence level is up. Crystal Pascua, started a ton of games for us last year, coming back as a sophomore with that kind of quality game experience. Crystal's really worked hard in the off season. She's a beast. I mean, she's really hit the weight room hard this past spring. She's playing with a lot of confidence. Her shot's been on the money, and now adding Alexis Calaccio back. And, usually we never talk weight with women, but, Alexis has picked up about 9 or 10 pounds of just muscle, and she was very slight and very petite last year, and she's got a little bit of meat on her bones now. She looks great, and she hasn't lost any speed. So looking for Christy Watanabe on the outside. Again, we can use Ashley Haruki. I think it's going to be a really, really kind of positive environment for the players, because there's going to be a lot of opportunity and a lot of options.
We talked about the midfield and front line. What about the back, the defenders and the goalkeeper?
Well, in the back, we have our George Ariyoshi, quiet but effective. Every year we have one of those kinds of kids. And Amanda McCaskill has kind of stepped into that role. She's a freshman, but, sister is 5'8", and she's got a really good soccer physique. She's got some pace. She's very consistent. She's good in the air. Combining that young, fresh, disposition and outlook, combining that with Carly Look and Crystal Fresquez and Chelsea Miyake, and then you add in some of the newcomers, like Alex Gerain and Lydia Battaglia, who can also contribute in the midfield. We've got a bunch of soccer savvy players who are hungry, they're excited, they don't like to lose, and I think it's going to be a really good blend of older players and fresh new faces.
The team was picked in a tie for 9th in the Big West. We all know that polls go out the window once you hit the pitch.
Right.
What are your realistic expectations?
Well, I always tell the kids, it doesn't matter where you start, it matters where you finish. So I was not surprised by the poll at all. I thought, coming in as a newcomer to a conference, from a conference that is not as strong as the Big West, I think that everybody who voted had every right to put us in the lower tier. I believe that we have the potential to do some very good things in the Big West, and I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. Maybe the fact that we surprised people in the WAC last year, people may talk about that. Don't underestimate Hawaii, because last year they knocked off, Utah State and Fresno State. So we're not going to make that mistake. I'm sure people will say that, but we're going to let our actions speak for us. We're not going to do a lot of self-promotion and talking. We're going to leave it all on the field.
What are going to be your keys to success?
Number one, getting fit through these early morning sessions. I think we've accomplished a lot. We've built a lot of mental toughness. We will focus on worrying about the things that we can control, which is basically ourselves. We never want to find ourselves in a situation where we have to hope and pray that this team beats this team so that we now go into the... No, we want to, again, leave it all on the field. We're going to worry about the things that we can control and not spend any time on the things that we can't.